Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. When we last left off, France had just resisted an invasion of Corsica. If I can get the map up there. And we are now razor thin on the budget, as several of our ships are now being repaired, and that's taking up a little bit of money. We also took a severe hit on the Brunin, who is still out for another 5 months. Let us just check what everyone has left. So they have 4 battleships and 1 battle cruiser. And where are our battle cruisers right now? They are still 1 month away. And we've completely destroyed all of their carrier units. Although they do have one heavy carrier being built. And they still outnumber us in destroyers. But of course our destroyers are probably better. Oh. Oh no. Oh, there goes one of our aviation ships just like that. What am I paying our minesweepers for? CA Lifea. Well, we'll have to put a stop to it at some point. Well, we are now defending a convoy off the coast of Algeria, so it may be just the exact right place to try and attack us. Right where we probably don't have any ship support. Oh, no, we are in range of our airfields. So we're apparently meant to be defending. Where is our convoy? So that's there. What have they given us? They've given us both of the remaining claymores, along with yet again. So it's all destroyers. Alright, we'll see what the game decides to throw at us then. Just play the turns a little bit faster. 6 light cruisers, because I believe they only had 6 light cruisers left, so that's either their entire cruiser force or we're in deep trouble. Go to squad max. Heavy cruisers. Oh, I don't like that. One thing France cannot afford to lose right now is more destroyers. Go to turn together. Yep. Go to 25. So night is falling. This will be I've never quite had this one happen before, so this could get interesting very quick. Oh, Claymore takes a superstructure hit. I may take command of the other destroyer force. Go to turn together. Oddly enough, yet again, it's the flotilla commander. I thought it would have been Claymore, but all we have to do is just keep the convoys safe. Which may become more difficult. I would have loved to have had some radar systems about now. Oh, looks like they managed to knock out one of the enemy destroyers. We'll keep in contact with the convoy. They should only be moving at a very limited speed. What was that speed again? Speed 8 knots. Okay. We'll wait to see if we hear any shooting in the night. I believe there's a armed merchant cruiser out there somewhere they got hit. Might change the mission on those guys because currently they're set to independent. We'll put them on support. Oh, Javelin got lost. At least Javelin sort of has the right idea of where she's going. It looks like the convoy has decided to head straight for Algeria. I don't know what its original heading was, but that's where it's going now. Almost the perfect place to attack us, right in that little hole, right around that little hole. We just have nothing to cover. Well, it's not a hole. Yeah, the only hole in the Mediterranean is there and there. Oh, so we got one. And we lost nothing. Oh. That was easy. An MTB squadron. I haven't seen the MTB squadrons do a hell of a lot yet. Ooh. Okay. Well, we'll let the old wallet recover a little bit. I won't improve my budget, and there's no point pissing off Japan just yet. We can have a oh, Sarbacane. She's coming back. Oh, excellent. Oh. Yeah, reliability is a big issue with raiders. If you remember in the shipbuilding screen, we can choose between normal, speed, or reliability. Now, speed takes a few components off, makes the engine lighter. Normal, yeah, doesn't matter so much if you're right next to a port the whole time. Reliability adds a, oh, I can't remember what the percentage was, but it adds a lot more weight. But it does help try and prevent incidences like your condenser falling apart and things of that nature. So we're losing roughly equal numbers of submarines. With that raider out of the picture, things are starting to get back on track. Oh, Germany is doing something. I'll just take the loss in VP on that one. That's sort of entering the lion's den, as it were. Hmm. Um, 166. Okay. Well, we can go and compare that. It doesn't look like it's a fantastic medium bomber, but it's reasonable for this period. Oh, they've started sending out more raiders. Again, off the coast of Sardinia. Well, they know when to wait their opportunity. Oh, they have declined. Oh, apparently their fleet carrier is ready to go. That might still be working up. I'm not sure if they would activate that just yet. Why are both of our aviation ships in West Africa? They didn't get that lost, did they? Well, we'll accept, but we'll engage cautiously. Because that is asking for trouble right there. Oh, so we've got all the carriers. It looks like Luca and Yatagan. Sarkouf is operating alone. What are you doing, Sarkouf? You're scout. Yep. I'll put the Luca on automatic control. The Tourville and the Lille seem to have learned from their last engagement and have started at the back of the operation. I do not like the position these battleships have found themselves in. So first things first, we will come around. And we'll begin playing the turn, see what comes to greet us. Oh, no, okay, it's not going to give me control yet. Very well. Just gonna have to see and see what runs into. Okay, it's giving me control again. Go to 20 knots. Go to 20 knots. The one thing that does worry me is if we suddenly get attacked by enemy aircraft, because we are definitely in range. Yeah. Yeah, that's airfield right there. So it'll be interesting being on the receiving end of land-based aircraft. Oh, Lafayette. Alright, Luca may go to 20 knots. Luca may yet again get her chance at a submarine. They are heading northwest. Okay, so they're heading away from us. I suspect they're doing the same thing we're doing and just trying to avoid getting caught in anything they don't need to. The report of a battle cruiser and a heavy cruiser out here heading towards us. So I'm guessing the main fight is going to happen about here. So we'll just keep sailing to the southwest and see what comes to meet us. I will change the course of the carriers, however. We're just going to form a tight little ball of defensive AA fire. Go to squad max. We're just going to get everything to just catch up with those battleships. Course north. It appears as if they are not in the mood. There's been a little bit of air combat. 14, so that must be from maybe Zara. Just keep our eye on that. We may send a strike. We won't use any. We won't use any torpedo bombers. We'll just keep it at dive bombers. Actually, we will do is we will set for that target. Where was it? 4 battleships. And we'll set them after those battleships. So that's a combat we can't see right now. A battlecruiser, 2 battleships. A combined AA factor of only 10 between those extremely heavy ships. And they're attacking a battleship which is defending itself with light AA guns. Airship crashes in bad weather. Rough sea conditions. Alright. It should say what speed they're limited to. Somewhere. Limited to 20 knots, so it's actually a really bad storm, apparently. Alright, that explains why our battleships, we weren't able to catch up to our battleships. That is a recon. We appear to have been bamboozled. Because our last report was that there were battleships here on this dot, heading up towards Polar. However, it appears they've gone around the peninsula and are heading towards Fumi Thingy instead. I'm not entirely sure why they did that, or if that report is even accurate. We'll put the battleships on fast cruise. And it looks like our aircraft, yeah, it looks like they didn't find anything. They did get engaged by a cap. But yeah, they didn't find the targets they were looking for. Does not permit air operations. The weather's deteriorating. Alright. Everyone's recovering their float planes. Yep. Oh, night's about to fall. Oh, better get those aircraft in. We'll set. We're just going to quietly bring those carriers back into the protective bosom of the main fleet. But yes, I think this is a definite demonstration that you don't always need aviation ships with your fleet. You can use these. You can make a choice. You can have your recon planes on battleships or cruisers. Historically, the Japanese used cruiser-based recon planes. Um, the British really loved battleship-based recon planes, but they shoved air recon planes on everything they could, basically. I believe there are even light cruisers that that had all the way up until radar was invented that specifically were fitted with very, very capable catapult aircraft launchers. But of course, with the treaty limitations, as soon as radar was invented, and there were these big, bulky, half-ton units of these very, very almost primitive, well, for looking back, almost primitive, for then incredibly advanced electronic circuits that I believe weighed around 400 kilograms, so half a ton. Um, and of course, with these treaty holes, they had been scrambling for every inch of weight, so something had to get cut off. And of course, in that period, you had, well, the British anyway had a series of light aircraft carriers available. So they got them out of the cruisers and started using the cruisers as designated scouts instead. Which is why you have stories of like the Norfolk and Belfast just simply shadowing German battleships with radar instead of trying to launch recon aircraft. It was the same. It was the same basic concept. It's just the method changed slightly. Of course, by the end of the war, radar mast went from looking to like like the spring, like a mattress frame, and started becoming, well, it became small enough they were starting to put them on medium weight aircraft. Hmm. Either something is following me, or the game is sort of expecting something more to happen. Hmm. Lafayette's sailing off by herself. Those cruisers have found their way back. Hmm. Okay, John Bart got away from that torpedo with medium damage. Now let's see what happened there. Okay then, and what was this all about? Hmm. Yeah, I bet Austria-Hungary's suffering financial difficulties after that. Well, there's nothing. So even that wasn't good enough. There's nothing we can really gain out of this apart from some battle experience and a bit of money. It's a lot faster. The range is slightly better, probably just from a new engine, and the reliability is still good. We will accept it. A second battle for this month. Okay. I would like to return those aviation ships to where they're needed, but I suppose we'll have to get this out of the way as I finish off the last of my coffee and look at the time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I will catch you next time, and I'm going to go straight into this. Ciao.